Podcast. I'm Spencer Scott Holmes.
I'm Orion Dunigan. We have a special guest today.
Hey, I'm Marley Silverbrand, and thanks for having me on.
You have your own podcast?
Well, I guess that's. I have the Cinephiles podcast. I've only done like 2 episodes, and I'm kind of in the restructuring phase. So
this is kind of like a Brave and a Bold episode of Old Man Orange podcast right here.
So, Marley, scoot in a little bit closer.
Okay.
It looks like you're just a little bit off.
Right.
Now I got a question for all you. What the fuck does a dragon need gold for?
Yeah, okay, well, let's just say this. First off, we went to go see the Lord of the Rings new movie, The Hobbit.
Unexpected Journey or whatever.
Yeah.
So we make 3 of these.
Yeah, which, like, let's make 3 off this book that's like a 300 and something pages long.
Which is the shortest of the books.
It's the shortest of the books. It's actually the best of the books, too, I always thought. I enjoyed The Hobbit as a book. The Lord of the Rings books, I read all 3 of them, but they were kind of those ones, like, they were kind of boring, I thought.
I like The Hobbit a little bit better because it was more of a condensed story. The book, because it was more of a condensed story, and the Lord of the Rings trilogy was their main goal was to get rid of the ring. It's kind of just them walking. I don't know. It was like, I agree with you, Spencer. It was very boring.
I've seen all the Rings films. I read The Hobbit back in the 5th grade, and I did a diorama of it. A Jawa was Golem, and a little Anakin Skywalker was Bilbo. So,
Did you ever see the Lord of the Rings?
The Rocks were Play-Doh.
The animated movie?
A long time ago.
Yeah, I have it on VHS. I keep saying, like, I'm going to watch that again. And then I haven't watched it since I was, like, 6.
That's one of those like animation buffs love that one.
Well, that movie was made by the guy who did, like, the Fritz the Cat, and kind of one of those guys who did, like, the original kind of adult rated R cartoon stuff.
Mm-hmm. Wait, rated R cartoon stuff?
Yeah, like Fritz the Cat. He did that movie American Pop. He did, there's a couple other of these, like, kind of like...
That one wasn't rated R, but he did, like, other...
American Pop?
No, The Hobbit.
No.
The animated Hobbit was rated R.
No.
Which there are moments in this movie, it seems like it kind of could go rated R just for a second, because there's a part where, like, because this movie, I mean, I remember the book. I don't remember, like, because it opens up with the whole, like, backstory of the dwarves, and then it leads into kind of like right before a fellowship takes place, and they're just kind of like, oh yeah, we're getting ready for this party. You see Elijah Wood as Frodo for a second, and that's where the stuff that I remember from the book kicks in.
Yeah.
And right there's that part. It's just so kind of awkward. Where like Bilbo's just sitting on his porch. And he's in, like, Gandalf comes by. I just stand there looking at him like, I'm gonna fuck this thing, you know? Like, he's like playing angry, like he's gonna fuck him angrily, just like, nice day, like, what the fuck's that supposed to mean? It's a good morning. What, you fucking wishing me a good morning? What the fuck you saying? It's like, I'm just.
Well, this guy's like 3 times taller than him too, so it'll be like,
he's gonna beat him down. He's gonna fuck him. Yeah. Then what's he do? Like, he just kind of like, he's like, okay, I'm gonna go back inside the house now. Nice meeting you, Mr. Gandalf.
He's fucking looking through the window.
He's looking through the window,
eyes peering in,
scratches
smoke rings,
like fucking scratches his door. It's like, fucking punk.
Yeah, what the fuck are you scratching out there and stuff? And next thing you know, he just put a fucking invitation in.
Which dwarves are kind of like, they seem like the frat boys of Middle Earth. Like,
well, you know what the dwarves remind me of? They remind me of the blue collar of, like, the world. That's really who they are. They really represent blue collar in, like, America.
Yeah, I think you make a good point. They're I was definitely thinking, like, these are fraternity, like, guys, because they're like,
cool.
like, they're looking at the lettuce, like, in this later scenes, just like, oh, I don't know what this is. It's fucking vegetable. So
it's like, there's probably, like, steel mill workers and loggers and, like,
jocks.
Well, the kind of cool frat boys, the guys that are actually, like, nice, fun, kind of like, even though he's not so much.
Because these guys remind me. The reason they remind me of frat boys is I don't see these guys going to college. These guys just might be like, the second they graduate, if they graduate from high school, they're already making, enough money, logging, chopping wood, farming, something of that sort, fishing.
Steel mill.
Yeah, steel mill.
Their main income right there, it looked like.
Truck driver.
And then this case throughout college, they just smoke pot. Like, through the duration of it.
See, they don't remind me of guys that smoke pot. These are the guys that are drinking beer and beer only.
I like that part where, like, there's the one guy, there's the dude, the wizard, I remember his full name, Raffentaff the Brown, which, I'm not even gonna make that joke right there.
Going down
bird shit down the side of his face, yeah. And he's like, Gandalf's like, calm down for a second, smoke this.
Smoke this bong.
They, like, pass it around. Yeah. It's just like, okay. Yeah.
Bilbo's like, well, that's my stash. That's my stash now. You know, that's my Shire green. That's my Shire green.
It's really rare shit, dude. Try this
out.
out.
I lay naked on my bed and rub myself.
While listening to
As
Enya.
Frodo puts oil on me.
Oh, this is going all sorts of dark places. That's kind of like
but back to that dragon.
Okay, the dragon.
Because here's the thing: is that dragon fucking takes over the dwarf's land, and he does it just for the fucking gold. One, what the fuck does a dragon need gold for?
Exactly.
And second, he's just like, I just love at the very end of the movie. It's just the dragon. He's asleep, just in all the gold piled over him, all these coins and stuff, and just like kind of rolls over like, ugh. Some birds knocking outside. Like the ultimate Republican.
Like Scrooge McDuck. They'd be like, dude, what the fuck?
He's swimming around in his gold.
At least spend it on something.
You're not even enjoying it. You're just sleeping in it, you know?
You're the world's biggest conservative. You're not spending a single dime.
Yeah.
At least get a slave for crying out loud. I mean, you don't have to give him money, but you can at least buy him clothes and like a plow.
You know, just something. No, that's funny. Just like there's a little bird, like, oh, there's, you know, because the end ends like, yeah, everything, you know, it ends unresolved, but it ends on an upbeat note up until it's like,
oh, we're almost
bird.
there.
Just, yeah, they see a bird, which I'm going to come back to that part in a second, but you see a bird flying that follows the bird to the lair of the dragon that's like hitting like a snail shell against a rock. Then miles down, this dragon hears it. It's like, you see its eye open, like, I'm gonna kill that fucking bird, you know?
Correct.
The second film just starts out, and it's just like fire just killing the bird, just like, I don't know.
I actually thought it was about to end the part when they're all heading down the hill, which is, I guess, sort of the final battle. They get away from the goblins, and then all of a sudden the orcs come, and there's the pale orc on the white wolf thing. And like this... Out of the frying pan into the fire, they keep running, and it was going up the hill. I assumed it was going to cut to credits right there.
Yeah, and just like, so the next movie just started out right in action.
Then it goes into like then it goes into like another 15 or 20 minutes after that. I'm like, oh, it's still going on. Okay.
It's like the one thing, it's like, even though the pacing was kind of fine for this movie, I mean, there's some parts where it slowed down. Like, I think the parts of like Golem, it really slowed down a lot. Mm-hmm. But other than that, though, it's like the pacing's fine, but it's one of those ones like, if you got a book that's not that long, you can't really split that up in a couple movies without... I feel like the next one's going to be the one that's dragged. Because if they can fucking see it, I mean, they should be there in like a day. Like, how much more of a movie can you make now?
You know, they're going to drag it out. Of course,
oh, yeah, totally.
That's what Peter Jackson does. So.
I don't remember it well enough.
Peter Jackson, known for dragging things out.
Yeah.
I don't remember it well enough. But the one thing I want to say real quick is like... The eagles come and save them. They're all like on this tree. It's about to fall off this cliff as they're fighting the orcs. And then as they're all about to die, these eagles come and save them that the elves sent. And like, oh yeah, we're saved by the eagles. They don't make a big deal, but they drop them off on this big cliff. It's like good fucking luck. They fly away. So that's what the next movie's gonna be. They're gonna be stuck up on this like rock. How do we get down? It's gonna be like 3 hours of that.
Yeah.
Well, if you know, this one thing I always think about with Gandalf and stuff, it's like, you know, he really saves his magic powers for, like, the last second. Always.
Oh, shit, I can do this. I forgot.
You know, he's never just like, you know what, guys, watch this.
Throw the flaming pine cones at him.
Yeah, here, distract them. Yeah. They hate flaming pine cones. Who doesn't?
Sorry, go ahead.
The special effect flaming pine cone.
Yeah. I thought they were more like grenades, and they just they just catch brush on fire.
I don't know. I thought the fire looked a little bit cheesy, in my opinion. Just...
what if they're like cluster bombs? Like they throw sets them on fire, and all of a sudden like the needles, the pine cone just go everywhere and like the throat and the like orcs' necks and shit.
It slices their head off. Just
there's the shrapnel. When there's the one part there's the Nutsack King that was down
the Nutsack King.
I call him the Nutsack King. People say the Goblin. No, he's the fucking Nutsack King.
No, he has a nutsack hanging from his face.
It looked more like a tumor or something. Like a tumor.
No, it's a nutsack. Nutsack tumor. The Nutsack Tumor King.
Yeah, that's why it's kind of like, you know, a little bit infected on one side.
Yeah.
He's been fucking all those goblins all this time.
Where are all the female goblins in there? Are they all just so ugly they just can't fucking tell?
They just butt fuck each other until one craps out another goblin.
Yeah. This is the goblin way. It's been happening for 300 years.
We have to hide underground because we're not allowed in the surface of our weird ways.
They will come around.
Man sees us as just a butt-fucking bunch of queers. The elves, who all look like kind of females in their own way, see us as a bunch of fucking queers. And the dwarves, well, they just like to kill us because we are queers.
There's the one part, go back a little bit, there's the part at the beginning when, like, because this is, you know, there's the part at the beginning where when like Bilbo's like, I can't go on an adventure. I don't want to go on an adventure. That fucking sucks. No. And then like, you know, Gandalf comes in and like more like shames him. Like, dude, I remember when you were a kid and you just talk about adventure. That's kind of like someone like, dude, join the army. Like, I don't want to join the fucking army. Dude, I remember when you were playing Star Wars and you were fighting Empire. You were pretending to fight the Empire, man. Isn't that any part of you left? Like, no, there's not.
Remember that time you told me that Medal of Honor was like the best day ever?
Yeah.
It's like, no, not really.
Yeah, I was 10 years old and I enjoyed killing Nazis. Well, guess what? You're signing up now.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. I mean,
so we're going to go kill goblins.
Without that, you don't get the movie, so it's fine. But yeah, it was one of those kind of things. I think my favorite, I mean, I never really was one of those. I always liked Lord of the Rings. I was never really a huge Rings fan, though. But I think this movie, out of all the films that are out there, I think this one has my favorite character that I've seen, that Thorin guy. The Prince Dwarf.
Yeah, that guy's pretty cool.
That guy was pretty badass.
Yeah, you know what's the kind of thing? That's the reason I like this one. Is there's only one Hobbit.
Yeah.
That's like my biggest complaint with the Lord of the Rings. Is just the Hobbit parts are just...
Well, he's the biggest Hobbit, because he's the one that's moving the story along.
Yeah, it's like one's like... You know, Legolas, Gimli, Aragorn, all amazing characters, but the four Hobbits...
Orlando Bloom, though? No.
I like
Orlando Bloom's cool.
No.
No, I'm pretty sure... We're pretty sure...
Legolas is my favorite character in Lord of the Rings.
What was that one? What was that one movie that?
Troy?
Not Troy. No. It was the director we both like. He did
Ridley
singles.
Scott?
He did singles.
Cameron Crowe.
Cameron Crowe. He was in that one Cameron Crowe movie. I haven't seen him in anything modern day since then. I'm thinking because everything he's always in
Elizabethtown?
Yeah. I think what happened is like he's someone from the past, and because he always plays period pieces with a British accent, and I think what happened, he's all like, I'm not made for this. Time for me to go back in my time machine, back to the 1860s or whatever, to England.
Well, you know what? This is what happened. Is Brad Pitt showed him up in Troy. He didn't fight it, but still, like, because Legolas, when Lord of the Rings came out, people were like, well, man, that Orlando Bloom guy, he's pretty badass and stuff. Then he was in there and just played the most pussiest character ever, and Brad Pitt's there like, I'm naked, I just fucked 2 chicks.
Now we're gonna kill this dude.
Story. Oh, fuck. I have to go there. I like to sleep in before I kill. And, you know, and I think that's really just what kind of like, I always felt like, because after Troy, his career, he did a Kingdom of Heaven. Not that many people saw it.
I saw it. It was good.
And then he was in a couple other things, like that Elizabethtown, and then that was about it.
He apparently was in that Paul W.S. Anderson, like, Three
Musketeers movie?
Yeah, he was apparently in that.
Well, nobody saw that.
Yeah, no one should see that. So.
That movie, it's like one of those ones... I don't know what it is. Like, can children and just regular people nowadays not just take real history anymore? Can we just not have, like, what the actual Three Musketeers
They're
is?
trying to sell, like, Pirates of the Caribbean or something like that.
I know, but it's like one of those ones, like, everything has to be so fantasied or, like, sci-fi'd up to, like, the max. Like
Vampire Hunter? Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter?
Well, okay, that one, I never seen that one yet, but that just was one, it's such a weird concept that I can almost accept that one. I'm more talking about movies like Battleships, like, if you're gonna make a battleship movie, why can't you just have 2 ships fighting each other? I mean, I know it's like we have for Red October. But,
yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah,
but like, why can't we just have like a movie like that? Why does there have to be like giant fucking robots from space in it? Is it like 2 ships? What is wrong with 2 ships blowing the shit out of each other anymore? Do we live in this kind of age that's like
it's straight numbers and statistics? That's what it is. Like, all right, well, Transformers did good.
I think it's more than just straight numbers and statistics. I think it's to a point where they just go like, people don't like the real thing anymore. There's
that, but they also think, all right, well, what's going to sell the kids? Kids like Transformers. Make them be aliens. You know, make one of the aliens look kind of like a cross between Iron Man and fucking like a Halo armor. And
I know they're getting that, but I
throw
still
in some AC/DC because Iron Man's popular right now.
I think this is the reason why, like, by making movies like this, we're gonna have children who won't be able to appreciate real history.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Talking about those people like, you gotta get your kids listening to classical music. If they don't listen, it will go away.
Oops, sorry. But no, that's kind of like almost like, I'm glad we haven't seen this. I'm going to jump back on Hobbit in a second, but like, there's like that, I think that Les Miserables or whatever. Les Miserables or whatever. I think that's kind of like one of those things.
Like,
musical theater is dying. We got to jam this shit in people's faces. It's like Freddy Krueger. It'll lose its power if people forget about it, you know?
Well, speaking of musicals, I'm kind of glad in The Hobbit, though, they kept all the little songs in there that were in the book.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of makes it, I don't know, I just always feel that people that fight and drink and fuck just sing.
Well, little songs, like one song that they had.
They had, like, everybody had, like, a song.
Oh, yeah.
There's the part when
the Goblin had that song, which was called, like, the torture song.
The torture song, we're gonna torture, we're gonna rape, that song. Torture,
and butt fuck the way.
Then the dwarves had two songs. They had one song like "Break His Shit." Oh yeah, Then there was
just like I was thinking about that. Gandalf is really like a horrible like friend in a sense. What does he do? He shows up at your house uninvited, then voluntarily invites 13 other fucking guys. Oh, and here's the thing. He shows up last to his own fucking party that he didn't even tell Bilbo about.
And he volunteers Bilbo
to do it just because he
guilt trips. Like,
one day this kid said, "Hey, Gandalf, I like your fireworks." Well, guess what? 20 years from now, I'll be back.
Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, you say that now, bitch. But just wait.
Guess until you got 13 dwarfs shitting in your toilet,
eating all your food, smoking all your Shire weed, all your Shire green,
and jerking off on your bed.
Why'd they do that? No, they just got fucking bored.
Don't worry, they'll clean it up. They got a song for that too.
Yeah. Oh, the jizz mop on the Stop jerking off on his head.
You're still jerking off on there. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to. I thought we were still jerking it.
Yeah. So, about that.
They're cleaning up with their fucking beards.
Well, there's that one part where Gandalf, like, cleans his fucking pipe for the bird shit, like, wizard with his, like, beard, just like, here. I wiped my dick with that earlier. I don't think you'll mind. You got bird shit in your hair. I'm pretty sure that jizz is not too big of a deal.
No, just the fucking guy with the bird shit nose. Does anybody have any, like, Germex? I just, like, took a piss,
So I really like the look of this film. That's one thing that I didn't like about the.
Oh, we're taking it fucking seriously now.
Well, yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. No,
well,
go ahead.
The Cinephiles is actually a little bit more serious. We try to be, but
hey, we're serious. We're goddamn straight serious.
Goddamn serious as a cat. Serious cat. Serious as a heart attack.
I don't know that one.
I don't know. Some
I don't know. It's
serious.
A meme. It's a stupid meme.
Oh, okay.
But
no, well, I mean, obviously, this movie's 7 years past the last.
But I think Guillermo del Toro really helped. Guillermo del Toro really helped with the like art style, and because I definitely saw like little things of Hellboy and all of his other films.
Some of the goblins and whatnot looked like they belong in Hellboy.
Yeah, especially the albino orc.
Nutsack King.
The
albino orc and Nutsack King. Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
And then, like, well, originally, Guillermo del Toro, there's, like, some stuff, like, okay, like, right after, because I'm surprised this movie took so long to fucking come out, because it's, like, one thing after another.
Well, they talked about this movie for, like, years.
Mm-hmm. Well, what happened was, like, Peter Jackson got done doing the Rings trilogy, and, like, oh, how about The Hobbit? Like, yeah, sure, I'll do The Hobbit. Like, wait, you guys didn't pay me as much money as I wanted to. Fuck you guys, I ain't doing The Hobbit right now. So they're like, all right, well, we gotta figure this out. And then, as they're going back and forth whether it's going to happen, that's when MGM bought the rights to Tolkien. Then MGM went out of business.
They're like, fuck!
MGM got bought out by Sony, I believe.
Yeah, they got bought out. And then there was that whole up and down.
Sony really wanted to make that very clear in 007 for how much Sony products were in that movie.
And if you have a PS3, you have no idea how much.
I was kind of waiting for that part. I don't want to. I'll jump right back on Hobbit in a second, but I was kind of waiting for that part in like fucking Skyfall. Just where Q's like, okay, 007, if you push the X button on the PS Vita, it shoots out a dot right into the neck. But but anyway, but
self-promotion of just Sony products.
Just Sony left and right. But then there's
because the Vita is selling so well right now.
Yeah. Is it? No. Okay.
Well, it's because it's expensive.
Sarcasm. But...
You know what I mean? Like, it really is a rich kid's toy. I wish I had a PS Vita, but I'm poor.
How much is it?
It's like $250 or $300 or something.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, $250.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so but then like they're going like, well, maybe we'll get Guillermo del Toro to direct this movie, and they're like, oh, awesome. Then they're going back and forth, and they're like the rights and all that, and they're like, you know what? We got the whole thing settled with Peter Jackson, so they elbowed him out of the Guillermo del Toro out of the way, and then now I guess he's just a supervisor, and he'll write the script on.
He wrote, he's like the fourth writer on the script and whatnot.
I kind of felt sorry for him a little bit because I kind of want him behind the reins of like maybe he'll direct like this next Hobbit film or something. Like
I'm gonna guess no on that probably.
I think it's all gonna be Jackson probably.
Yeah.
Which I enjoyed this film. This was a good movie. I was a little kind of like, I wouldn't say I was super worried for it because I'm not a huge Franks fan, but I was kind of a little like, I don't know. I didn't really have my hopes up for it because I'm like, it's the shortest book and it's being chopped into 3 movies. That does not need to happen. But going into it, I was like, this is very well paced. This is actually I think this is probably my favorite out of the Lord of the Rings movies. But I don't know how the others are going to pan out.
It's one of those ones. It should have just been one movie though. There is no reason for it to be.
Because this was a good movie, but I don't know how 2 and 3 will turn out though.
And they might even just stick with 2. I think. I know they say 3. That's just where people start to get greedy.
It's on IMDb.
Is it? Yeah. That's where people start to get greedy. But I feel like it. I don't know.
They're gonna do the Lord of the Rings thing where they release like one each holiday season.
That's
just a money making scheme, just to get deeper into the nerds' pockets. Like here,
because we know you'll fucking pay for it.
That's one that totally is. And these are the kind of movies like I don't always feel bad about these kind of movies. But, like if these movies make a lot of money, there's good reasons why, because they do have a lot of quality put into them. You know what I mean? They're not just like cheap knockaway movies that just like are there to steal your money and run and go, oh, fuck you.
Yeah.
And it is Peter Jackson. He hasn't really made like a bad decision in his career, I don't think.
The only bad decision, like he just makes his movies almost like, because like King Kong, that was the reason I was like, okay, that did not need to be like 3 hours or whatever.
I like King Kong. I'll defend King Kong.
I like King Kong. I don't think it's as good as the original one, but I do enjoy it. It is quite long. That's like
it was long. It was like an hour for each location. It was an hour in the city,
hour in the jungle,
then like an hour like back in the city.
It's a lot of Jack Black. So.
Yeah, and a lot of Jack Black. Even though I would say I was actually pretty impressed with him.
Yeah, he was really good, but just a lot of Jack Black. Yeah. So
there's some
and less monkey. So Kong.
Actually, yeah. less Jack Black, more monkey. I'm fine with that. But he can kind of be easy. Yeah. But there's some trailers for this movie.
Yeah, they had that Will Smith sci-fi.
That one actually looks really interesting.
If there's only 2 fucking people that survive, why does it be Will Smith and his son?
Here's the thing about that movie. I'll be 100% honest.
Because he has the most money.
I'll be honest with you, 100%. Will Smith, not a bad actor. I don't like all the movies he does, but he's not a bad actor.
No, he's a good actor. I agree there. Yeah, I think it's just like more like his movies he chooses sometimes.
And the only thing with this movie, because looking at it, doesn't look like a bad concept. Looks like an interesting movie. I kind of like those survival sci-fi films. It's After Earth, isn't it called After Earth?
Yeah, After Earth.
Yeah, it actually looks like a pretty good one.
It's being directed by M. Night Shyamalan.
Did they advertise that?
Nope, they didn't say that once.
That's a very smart move.
Because the thing is, he's directing, not writing. Which since the last movie he wrote was Last Airbender, which are like, fuck you, Last Airbender sucks so much. So
I saw Last Airbender, and you know what? This may give me a lot of hate right here, but this is like. I didn't think it was great, but I didn't think it was the god-awful piece of shit people talk about.
The writing is what
I thought it was like just
cringeworthy. The film
isn't it a kids movie in the first place?
It's a kids movie. Well, it's like people love. They're like there's almost like people who love the TV show are fanatics about it.
Have you seen the show?
I've seen a few episodes with my nephews, and it was good from what I saw.
Really good.
But the thing is, people talk about that movie. I mean, maybe if someone did something like that to Batman, would have made like Batman and Robin. but
hey, I like Batman and Robin.
I don't hate Batman and Robin.
So sometimes that one gets a lot more things correct than some of the other ones.
I don't hate Batman and Robin. It's just one of those ones. It's probably my least favorite of the films, but I don't hate it or nothing. But a lot of people were talking we're almost like on that movie, kind of like they came back like, what's wrong? What happened? Like I saw Last Airbender, and like they're talking like an uncle just touched them or something.
No, it wasn't that bad, but it was kind of
his name was pronounced Aang instead of Ong, and
Katara was white,
and the flying squirrel thing was like CG. It looked really fake, and I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. People, I can't really talk too much shit because I haven't seen the show, and I just saw them. I've seen only a few episodes of it, and I saw the movie. It's like. It's alright, not amazing, but it's alright. But yeah. But then another trailer, though, it's smart. He doesn't advertise his name. His name is starting to scare people away.
Well, one thing that, I was going to say is M. Night Shyamalan is directing, and then the guy who did The Book of Eli, he wrote The Book of Eli.
Oh, he wrote
Gary Whitta.
Oh, he wrote that?
He's the former, editor-in-chief at PC Gamer, and he's writing After Earth.
Oh, Book of Eli was good.
So it's like, why don't we get a good writer in there and a good director? Because M. Night Shyamalan is a good director. I don't care what any of you say, but
I've never seen enough of his movies. So.
There's that movie Lady in the Water, which some people just like jizz in their pants over.
Well,
I didn't think it was that great.
I'm one of those people. So
well, no, there's just that one part. It's just kind of like he's like, there's the one guy. He's like, he's a guy. He plays somebody in the movie. It's like, you're gonna write a book that's gonna change the world. It's like he casted himself as this guy.
Fucking egomaniac.
And then there was the trailer for Oblivion, which
looks really cool.
Tom Cruise in space.
Yeah, Tom Cruise in space looks good.
Not a big fan of Tom Cruise, but
I love Tom Cruise.
But I did like Ghost Protocol, and he was pretty good in that.
Yeah, he's really good in that.
But this looks kind of like a cool futuristic movie.
There's Twilight Zombies, or Warm Bodies, as the trailer calls it.
Yeah, which is just like the epitome of like.
That was. It's called Zombies.
It's called Warm Bodies. But I call it Twilight Zombie. I call it Twilight Zombie. The movie is called Warm.
Well, it's just a movie.
That's
it's
such
just
a
it's just
terrible
like
name.
women are starting to actually like zombies. Unlike 6 years ago, when women would be turned away from a man if they said they liked zombies. Mm-hmm. You know, nowadays women seem to like zombies. So what else do women like? They like love. That's what that Twilight movie kind of ran off of. Put that in there.
Yeah, it is kind of. Well, I'll say this. I mean, I'm not going to see the movie. It's PG-13, so it's probably going to be shit. I don't know how you sell a PG-13 zombie film.
Yeah, it's just like that's why I laughed like Ron's joke because it said like PG-13. It said zombie violence. I'm like, ha! There is no way you could do that.
Silly, yeah. I'll say the one thing it looks like they're doing a little bright is they're instead of it being kind of like Twilight, like our love is eternal and all that bullshit. It looks more kind of like they're treating it like a comedy. So I guess that's a better way to go about it. I don't think it's going to be a good movie, but it seems a little smarter than just trying to treat it uber seriously.
When you put zombies into a comedy, I think that's Zombieland. Zombieland is the perfect.
Zombieland. No, Zombieland's good. I'm not saying it's.
See, Zombieland treated it like it was like it's a real life thing. These guys are just making like the best of it.
Yeah, and that's smart. And like this movie, I'm not saying this movie's. I mean, well, it is smart because it's gonna make a fuck ton of money because it's an easy sell.
Yeah, see, these are the kind of those are the kind of movies that like do not deserve the money that they get back.
You really think it's going to make a lot of money? I don't think.
I think it'll make money.
I don't think it's going to make nearly as much. I think that's one of those.
It'll make money.
See, Twilight seems a little bit more believable in the sense where I can see why somebody would go this. This just seems kind of fucking retarded, and I think more people. I'm gonna give the regular population the benefit of the doubt that not everybody's full blown retarded.
Yeah.
I think people will see it just because, like, be like, "Oh, Walking Dead! Oh, and it's funny and it's a love story. That's cute." I can see.
Well, because Walking Dead's kind of become kind of like the retarded generation's like zombie.
The retarded generation zombie.
I almost feel like we live in the retarded generation. You see the shit that comes up on these trailers.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Well, they're talking about an Angry Birds movie, so who knows?
Yeah, see,
are you serious?
Generation.
They're talking about it.
And again, they probably talked about a Pac-Man movie at one point in time. That actually be pretty badass, though.
Pac-Man movie? Yeah.
Oh,
whatever.
Or
I'm at the
Asteroids, the movie or whatever.
Here's where I'm at.
They made Asteroids a movie.
Here's how I kind of feel. It's called Armageddon.
Yeah, I was about to say. That was a fucking movie. Had Bruce Willis fucking in it.
He's called it Armageddon because couldn't afford the rights to the word asteroid. But you said that Bruce Willis was going to play Pac-Man in the new Pac-Man. Oh, that'd be fucking awesome! Spray paint Bruce Willis
yellow.
Just treat it like Die Hard. Treat it like Die Hard. Just spray painted yellow.
We gotta get to the center of the city. What's there?
Ghost.
The ghost.
That would be
when
amazing.
We get the Powerball, we can turn them all blue. And then I can eat them.
Just Bruce Willis, just his mouth gets up gargantuan, just huge,
just running down the street like.
He has no body. It's just like his
Bruce Willis's head.
Just
his big yellow bald
like
head.
CG'd off, so it's just his head and it's just huge, like the size of a car going down.
Just destroying everything. No, I'd want to see that now. But no, the thing is, like, we live in an age. I'm not saying that so many things need to be made, but we're at this point where it's like, okay, Battleship got made. Other things don't seem like such a bad idea. I'm not saying they need to be made.
No, but it seems like we also at that point too, where it's just like, if you can't do it theatrically, we got enough money to do it straight to video.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like
YouTube.
Or YouTube.
Some movies get straight premieres on YouTube. And they get
a lot of movies are getting premiered like on TV too, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
But then, like, there is the Beautiful Creatures trailer, which that looks fucking retarded.
What the fuck was that?
Well, yeah,
that was the witches, and it was kind of like Twilight.
Was that the one with the window breaking like into that classroom or something like that?
She was like breaking in a classroom. She's like, "Oh yeah, when she turns 15, she's gonna become evil and she's gonna blow shit up." Woo!
Well, those movies, like, they seem. I don't know, like Lord of the Rings. I know there's a lot of those. There is women out there that really like Lord of the Rings, but Lord of the Rings always came across more as a boy man thing
in the basement, like
in the basement, like alone, kind of like how we are.
Yeah, we're not in the basement.
Like they had all these movies that were kind of trying to appeal to like women, and I know there is women that go to it, and I know probably those really weird, creepy like 12-year-old girls that are like obsessed with Lord of the Rings and Twilight and.
No, I know some people that they're on top.
Get naked in bed and like frisk a Gandalf doll.
Have a Robert Pattinson poster on their wall.
Take me to the depths of Mordor. No, I know some people that are big Lord of the Rings. I know some
people that do that.
No, I don't know. Not do that. I know some people that are Lord of the Rings.
I walked in on it once.
I know some people that are Lord of the Rings fan. They're actually on top of their shit. They really like it. They're not weird like that. But you'd be surprised how many actual pretty cool chicks actually like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I think it's become like kind of like since there's movies. This thing is movies always make things a little bit more acceptable. I don't know why that is. You know, the second you put it into a movie, it's acceptable. That's
true, because I went to go. I saw Avengers originally with a group of just. I was with my friend Wes, and then we were with a bunch of his friends, which is kind of like the bro kind of guys, and not guys. They went to go see the movie, but they would never. You know, these are guys that would never pick up the comics. So something about
never
that.
Watch it like anything else like Avenger oriented.
So it's one of those things. They get like. A movie could just, like you said, just makes it more acceptable for whatever reason.
Well, Ghost Rider, doesn't really make it any more acceptable. So.
Ghost Rider wasn't that good. No.
Yeah.
Then there's
I think it made it worse.
Then there's some like
because not a lot of people like Ghost Rider the comics.
I never really read the Ghost Rider comics, but the movie it was just kind of like, oh, so it's gonna be like dark and serious. Oh, it's PG-13.
I
didn't see the second.
I didn't see the second one because I just didn't care. But
the one
thing that made me want to see the second one is that the Neville brothers, I think
they wrote it.
Yeah. That was interesting. Yeah.
There's another one called. This is not like any of the bigger trailers, but it was a movie called Escape from Planet Earth. The 7-Eleven alien movie.
Oh yeah, it was just like the biggest 7-Eleven advertisement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul the animated movie, pretty much.
Only
I'm not sure if any of you have seen Paul.
No, we haven't seen Paul. Everybody tells us to see Paul. But
yeah, Paul is really great, and it's much better than whatever Escape from Planet Earth or something like that.
Yeah, that looks fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Well, I hate to cut it short, but I'm looking at the time.
You gotta you gotta.
Sure, I guess we're gonna have to turn this into another podcast at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, well, till then, there's a short podcast, short but fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No dragging, no nothing you don't want.
Like the next couple of Hobbit movies will probably be.
Exactly. So, well, I'm Spencer Scott Holmes.
I'm Ryan Dunigan.
I'm Marley Silverbrand.
And we will see you some other time.
Bye.